Hello, I'm Will Forge, and today we will forge. If you've been watching for a while and you just want to support me doing this for an extended period of time, like being able to make maps for maybe the entire lifetime of Halo Infinite, then I need to be able to make it make sense financially. So if you want to support me, like and subscribe would be great. And maybe if you really want to support me like heavily, I've also got Patreon and stuff like that, and I do make D&D supplements, so if you want to go and buy those, you can. I'll try and get some links up for that. I was thinking about making a way to do that. Anyway, let's get into the actual stream, because today, like I said, we will forge. This is what we do every day. I just thought I'd start that off like that, because I haven't been doing that. There's no call to action in any of my episodes, any of my videos. But yeah, we've got this platform in the middle, very simple, basic platform that's got some good sight lines and, you know, construction. We've got your entrance ramps right here, but then also you can enter this area through grav lift if you go through here. And yes, this does look very basic. That's because dynamic objects, and dynamic objects are, you know, you can't scale them. So anyway, we got this jump that is going to shoot you to right here. So there's two ways in there if you don't use a grapple shot. You can also just go up this panel here, up to the top, and hop down into it. So there are kind of a couple of ways in. That might be a little bit more difficult than it looks, but let's see. Okay, let me switch over to chat so I can see if anybody, like YouTube, so I can actually see if people are in the chat. Just said concurrent viewers were added, so that's kind of cool. Okay, so we're about to fix these, because they got all messed up. This one seems the least messed up out of all of them. It may even have them at right angle, but unfortunately every single object in here is still incorrect. And what messed them up was that I prefabbed them and included these little effects. By including these effects, I made it to where they, wait, no, please deselect the correct piece. There we go. Alright. Now, effects are dynamic objects. Dynamic objects, whenever you move them around, can get messed up. So that's what messed these up, and we're about to have to fix them. If I just... No, I was going to say if I just fix the rotation of the entire object, would that work? But, I mean, it doesn't look bad with all of its individual angles of the objects. No, yeah, it does. Look at that. It's even off center here. That was not the case before. Everything was good before, so I kind of have to just... In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to duplicate that, and I'm going to fix this one and put it into position. There's no point in messing up what's close enough in case I need to go back to reusing that in some weird way. But we're going to fix the rotation, and then we're going to, let's see, here. And we're going to flip all of this over and around. And that should be an exact angle now. Now everything else was based on this originally. I am probably not going to flip the glass too much if I can help it. Nope, I think I'm going to have to. Okay. Yep. Let's... Can I center it? Nope. Not with a magnet. Okay. And then I'm gonna flip the other glass. There's another piece of glass here, but for some reason it refuses to select this one sometimes. Yeah, see? It still didn't do it. There we go. Now we got it. I was having that trouble originally whenever I was placing it. Now, this piece of glass I realize is probably going to cause magnet confusion for this piece, but we'll solve that problem when we get to it, if it actually does. Yeah, this one needs to move up, and the other one needs to move down, so let's do that. Here we go. I am going to enter into that contest, by the way. We're talking about the winners now for the last one, and I'm like, man, I should have been in that. I should have I should have, you know, I'm glad that I finished Waterworks and everything, and I'm not, I don't regret the decision I made, but I also feel like if only I had had that extra month, you know what I mean? That's what I regret, the internet loss and all that stuff. If I had somehow managed to maintain internet connection instead of having to deal with all that, then I might have been able to both finish Waterworks a month early and enter that contest and you know, everything, and that would have been really cool. Yeah, that's not what I want. I think I had a way that it was magnetic to it, to the middle here, and I'm worried that I don't have that anymore. Well, of course it can magnet to the glass, like I was just saying. The glass is a magnet point, but I don't know if the glass is centered. Might be easier to center the glass though, so let's do that. Oh, Jesus. Don't do that. I want this one and the glass panel. There we go. Okay. Let's see. There we go. That should be centered enough. And then I will move it back this way. Let's see, yeah. Just barely touch, so it doesn't go too far into this piece down here, which it did. Okay. I don't want it to clip down here. This is where players will mostly be looking at this thing from. Oh, cool. It's right here. Now these objects are scaled up a lot, so their textures are a little bit overblown, but the tool is very good at handling this kind of thing. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. I think I've somehow managed to not actually center this piece, despite the fact that I went through so much trouble to do so. I'm gonna need to come up and then just let the glass actually sort this piece out. No, it's not even doing it. I see what happened. It tried to snap to something up there. Yeah, see, there it is. Okay. It just looked like it was snapping to the right spot. Should I use that shape there as a good transition? That would be cool. I like that. In which case, I was having it to where this would be a transition where you could just keep running and it would go straight up that ramp. But I don't think I want to do that anyway. I'd rather you have to, like, really get up here, if you're going to get up here. And, because it's already... It's going to be high, to where too high to, like, jump onto. So you're going to need to, like, park a vehicle here or use equipment to get up. But also what this does is it allows me to use that line along the center line, and look at that, it's already really close. There we go. Yeah, I like that transition a lot more than the way it was before, where it was just a straight line, and that actually puts a use to this stuff in the back, which, you know, I was kind of wasting because I didn't have it visible in any way. That's much better. Now this was supposed to be designed to have, okay, so this needs to line up with the line in the middle, and then come up here, and I believe it was just like that. Oh, I haven't reset the rotation yet. There we go. Let's line that middle up again. Oh, wait. This way. There we go. I believe I had it just lined up like that. Like, yeah, just like that. Oh wait, no, I had it to where it'd go over. Okay, so I definitely have this way too far out. Okay. I need to move it to the right. Like that. Okay. In which case it needs to come up a little bit more. Like that. Yeah, that looks great. Fantastic. And then this one needs to come up, and I think this one was, I scaled it to where the magnets would work in some way. This other piece, but I don't know if it's gonna let me. Yeah, it's being a butt. That's my dad terminology coming out right there. It's not being an ass, it's being a butt. Let's see. Okay. So. Here we go. I believe I took this angle and I made it line up there properly so that in the front, because it was going to be a square anyway, a squared off piece anyway, I went ahead and moved it over like this. I really wish this piece could be textured because it's like the perfect shape. Oh, I never hit. Gotta remember to do this. It's a waste of time angling everything whenever you haven't done this. Maybe you don't reset your rotation. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we got our rotation corrected. Now we come out here. So here's what I'm thinking. So my plans have been make this with Klen. Speaking of, can't wait till he gets back from his vacation. Really excited. Make this with Klen. Work on hydrostatic, right? And I still 100% want to do that. But this contest is for a 4v4 map, right? So I'm thinking is finish this with Klen, work on that, and also start working on a 4v4 map. And what I was thinking was, if I do that, then let's see how this goes. Nope, snapping is not wanting to be nice to me today. Okay, how did I do it? I was lining it up a little bit inside of it and a little bit back so that this was actually a little bit messed up because of the rotation stuff. There we go. That's more like it. So that I got that texture there. So what I was thinking is that if I make a map involving my plan to make it scalable to big team battle, as long as you have a certain number of players in it, then at base value, it'll be a 4v4, and then it'll go up, and it'll become a big team battle. And I don't think that will disqualify the map from their 4v4 contest. I would have to ask them. And if it would, then I will just make it a 4v4 originally, and leave myself the budget to or build all the external stuff, such that I can turn it into the rest of the map later. Like I'd be like, yeah, that's the rest of the map, but you can only see it right now because it's outside the map. You know what I mean? Because the map would be too big if I just left that in. Now let's see. I think I lined that up right with the tip. So depending on how that works out, I think that would work. That'd be good. I'm also planning on streaming at night later and stuff like that. So these are all my plans in a nutshell for now. Okay. I have very bold plans, I suppose, in some regard. Let's see, let's go there. And then work it out, I think. Oh, rotation. Almost forgot to fix that again. There we go. Okay, now, how did I have this line up? I believe it's just lined up to where the sides line up, and then I just sort of backed it up until it felt right back here. And then I let the front look however it looked as a result, which was a good look, so I went with it. Okay. I lined it up like this corner to there, and then that was about right there. And I need to rotate, like line it up side to side. I think I need to go down farther. Yeah, I do. Definitely need to go down a little bit farther. Oh, but anyway, I was also thinking I'm going to be making my campaign eventually. So here's what I'm thinking. Forgot to mention this part. This is what I was originally going to say whenever I said my plan. So I'm making my campaign eventually, right? I'm going to need maps for that. And that's going to take a lot of time and effort to make those maps. So I figured, what if I make those maps as multiplayer maps for now, and then whenever they add in campaign AI, because here's my thinking. They're about to come out with campaign AI soon, right? We're thinking, theorizing, it'll be Season 4, right? We don't actually know, but we think it'll be Season 4. Here's my thoughts on that, though. What if it's Season 4, but then it's also only enemies? What if they have... You can set enemies to allies, like elites can be set to allies, but, which is what the latest leaks are showing, that will in fact be a feature. But the thing about it is what if they end up, and we don't know if this will be the case or not, what if they end up making it so that you can't place Marines yet? What if they haven't finished Marines yet? What if they haven't finished, you know, Spartans? What if they haven't finished ODSTs? Like, what I would love for them to do is make a Spartan you can place and then customize its armor. That would be amazing. But unfortunately, we have no idea if that's even remotely going to be the case. If they're going to be able to do any of that kind of stuff. Yet. What would be really cool is if you could customize the armor, because then you could make an ODST if you wanted to. And they wouldn't have to go out of their way to make one yet. And then later they could add an ODST that acts like an ODST instead of acting like a Spartan. So like it would give them instantaneously, you know, a whole bunch of freedom, so that you could go and add a bunch of different units. You could even add like, oh yeah, I want to have something that's like a bruiser type Spartan. Okay, well I can go. They can do what I've been saying for a long time about like being able to restrict people to certain armor cores. And say, yeah, no, I'm gonna, yeah, you can now, basically, well, camera, nope, object, there we go. They can say, yeah, you're gonna, or you could, like, you could script to say, hey, I want this player to be restricted to to respawn as their, you know, what do you call it? Their, entrenched armor core, you know? It's like, okay, yeah, that would be cool. And then you can, and now that you're restricted to your entrenched armor core, you look like this big, beefy bruiser Spartan, you know? And then you'd be like, yeah, no, I'm going to give them this stat boost, or these stats specifically, you know? Make them extra, you know, slow but strong, and yada yada, and give them this weapon. You know what I mean? And then you could do that in a lot of different maps. That would be really cool, and it would be possible. I mean, basically, if they did something at least with that to that degree to create your own bot, essentially, would be amazing. But like I said, we have no idea where they're going eventually. All we know is bot AI are coming to Forge, and they will be in the form of some basic bots, some basic like the campaign AI. That's it. For now. And so we may get Marines, hopefully we will, but I really want ODSTs. If I don't have ODSTs, it's going to change my story. It's going to change my plot. And I have a plan for that, but yeah, it's going to change my plot. Okay, let's see. It's like this, and this, and I am going to prefab these for just a moment. And I'm going to save this prefab off, because saved prefabs don't have that same mess up whenever you place them. They don't, it's not like copying, it's a copy bug. The bug is in the copying tool that messes up your prefabs. And so if I do something like, I don't know, obviously Forerunner, we'll say, I've been calling this pyramidal. Well, no, actually, I'll just call it a slope. Architectural slope. I have no idea if I'm misspelling anything, I'm not really paying attention. But anyway, Okay, so that could have been horribly misspelled for all I know. I just wasn't looking. And I wasn't proofreading. Let's see. So if we go in like this, and then I gotta check the height. Is it off the ground? Nope, it's actually in the ground. A little bit more than I think fully intended. Actually, no, it's just about perfect. I like that you can kind of see that blue there. The sand, the dunes that are going to go down here are probably going to make me have to raise these up a little bit more than that later. Which is good because like this is centered here, but then you go up the ramp on this side, you know, and it's no longer centered anymore. So I actually wanted these to be a little bit higher, but I put them in a little bit lower. Anyway, so we've got that. Let's go ahead and do prefabs, foreigner architectural slope. Look at that. And it comes in without any mess ups, without any rotation problems or anything. So as long as you just make prefabs instead of duplicating. Where are my magnets? Why is it changing that? Magnets are supposed to turn on and off like this. But instead it's doing that, and I'm not sure why. Okay, magnets were turning on and off, but the indicator was for some reason shifting. I have no idea why. Anyway. So now we need to go and hit Shift W. Yeah, see, like that. Like, what's going on there? Magnets off, and now I'll get my indicator back. That's really weird. Go back to this. I want this to be lined up correctly with this building here. I believe what I did last time was really close, but not quite touching, and I was going to make sand kind of cover this area and just barely have the building poking out above the sand. Like the Oni Buildings platform. That way it looks like it's more recently built, whereas this structure would be kind of buried. That was kind of the idea. Now, then we go ahead and we place another one. And we can now rely... I don't know what's going on with that tool. I think that's going to be an issue, but who knows. Actually, no. I want to go ahead and I want to... Actually, yeah, no, that is what I want to do. I want to copy this hex. I'm going to duplicate this. Oop. Let's duplicate it up, then. And go down. All the way down. Good stuff with that music. Good job, Marty. Marty's always getting kudos. Sometimes non-nerds can be really annoying. Did you guys? There's a Last of Us TV show, like meme going around where people who are or some person who is not a nerd was like, I can't believe you gamers have been gatekeeping this from us. It's like, come on, guys. We've been trying to get you to play our video games with us for decades. Okay, this is not wanting to... Okay, I gotta come this way. Alright, gotta come all the way out and then rotate it around. Ah, quit hitting those lights. Okay, here we go. Let's rotate it around over here. Hold it down. Okay. And I saw that and I was like, oh, jeez, come on, man. Don't do this to me. Now, hopefully I'm holding down this button long enough, because I just realized I've been kind of letting it go pretty fast. Yeah, nothing seems to be messed up. I've got a decent connection to the internet right now, and that's probably why. But, yeah. Okay, here we go. And now that I have that lined up, it's a matter of using these two to triangulate where this one needs to be. Now, this is the one I built. This is the original one I just built, right? Prefab 9. This is the foreigner architectural slope. So what I need to do is delete this prefab now that I've got the ones that... Now these actually did come out good and they didn't get messed up. I need to come around here and then turn on magnets and... Nope, it wasn't on. I need to make them kiss. I need this to be the one who... Well, maybe I won't do magnets. Maybe I'll just eyeball it. Right? Because I'm about to, because the magnets aren't wanting to work anyway, so I'll just line them up by the lines. The old-fashioned way. Whoops. That is close enough for how far away these are going to be from one another. You're never going to notice that they are slightly off. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is place another one. Put it inside there. There we go. And then we're going to slide it over here. We're going to go in here. We're going to turn off magnets. We're going to slide this over. And then we're going to eyeball it again. And we're going to have both of our angles correct by the end of this. It's like in real, you know, wood cutting, you know? You just eyeball everything, never measure. That's how it works. That's the best way to do it, right? That's what they say. Measure nonce, cut once. That's how it goes. If woodcutters had the magnet tool, oh my gosh. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to come over here. Line it up just so. That is close enough for government work. Boom. There we go. And now we can use these as magnet points for more of them. I can do a 400 slope. I can snap it inside this one. Make sure it's actually lined up correctly. Yep. And another one. And put it inside this one, which I probably could just use a cube for this, but there we go. And then I select one of these. And I move them over. I selected both of them. Whoops. Okay. I forgot. I still had one of those selected already. And then I magnet to there. And I delete one of these. Now I've got all three. And now I can use that one as a magnet guide for that one. I can place 3 more here, and this is going to make it absolutely precise without having to use the duplication tool. I can place 3 more here, and we can get this area proper, this party going. Need to duplicate that again. Probably shouldn't have deleted it, because then I could just use the copy that I had before. All the way down. Come down, around, don't hit the lights. Try not to hit the lights with the big thing, big pieces. Here we go. Over here. Da, 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 da. Man, imagine if Halo's TV show had been as good as The Last of Us. Just imagine. Here we go. Boom. Okay, so then that should be 2 of them here now, and I can delete one. And now we've got a full structure, exactly as intended. You can delete one of these. It's something new that looks like something classic and old. It's kind of like the platform around one of the spires that shoots, one of the beam spires in Halo 1. With a sort of sand trap style pyramidal structure around it that doesn't look like stone, but more like the metal, more modern metal, or modern looking metal foreigner structure. In the middle we have what looks kind of like almost a monitor, especially from above, but really is looking a lot like the ships from Halo Wars, the Forerunner ships that they destroy in Halo Wars 1. And it kind of resembles the portal at Earth that brings you to the Ark. And it kind of, it's got a very hex pillar vibe, like pulling in a lot of basic visuals from various Forerunner concepts. I still haven't updated this. Whoa. Hello. Still haven't updated anything about this. This is... okay, come on now. Place me, please. I haven't updated anything about this ramp here. And I'm probably going to do that, because I kind of wanted like a piece of cover here so that vehicles don't just destroy you if you're not, just shred you. I want to make it to where the ramp itself is the danger point, where as soon as you devote yourself to moving up here, for a second you're vulnerable. Because the cover doesn't really protect you. So it's got to be kind of low-level cover that, like, you could easily, like, oh no, it's a warthog, back up, and, like, the cover would be tall enough to cover for you. Or crouch, but not quite enough to cover for you if you were, like, trying to stand right up next to it. So it's going to be a short cover that as soon as you come up this ramp, you're out of cover. And the warthogs and other various vehicles could just shred you. This ramp will be a little bit different, though, because I'm actually thinking maybe this one would have some kind of cover added back down below, you know what I mean? Something to kind of protect it. Not sure what yet. I might put cover in the middle of the ramp, and I might do something in the middle of this ramp as well, like a little, like I did here with this ramp, but not this piece, because I don't want to repeat this piece. That is off center. Let's see if it's on center over here, I believe, right? No, it's off center here too. What the heck? I fixed its rotation. Oh, you know what it was? I had to change the depth of this ramp. And I think that I didn't actually... I had fixed this one's centering yesterday, and I think that I didn't need to, because the ramp was what was messed up. And then what I did was I fixed this one's centering in a way that actually broke its centering. So just move just a tad over there. There we go. Now it looks good. Okay. So what I was thinking was, we have, not prefabs, if we go down to lights, Forerunner light, there's a one with a little, it's like a little slope that I like a lot, and I wanted to use it, and I never had a point for it. There we go. This one. This one could be, oops, oh, that's what's going on. I'm in 180. There we go. So if I had this in here in some way, maybe this way, so it would poke up and out, right in the center somewhere. I don't like it poking this direction. I think I wanted it this way. But what I want to do is make it match kind of close to the slope of the floor. I wanted something kind of like that, but that's hiding too much of the light fixture itself. So let's try and tilt it up. There we go. That's more like it. Am I moving by object? Yes, I am. So something like that was what I was thinking, but sort of more centered. Which kind of gives you a nice little platform to stand on, or a place to jump off of from above. And also, when you're trying to back up, you can get yourself into a panic because there's a vehicle coming and you get yourself killed. So it kind of, like I said, it makes you have to dedicate some time to actually moving up here, which means you have a bit of vulnerability. And the idea is that this slope is a little bit more vulnerable, a route to get into this middle than going here. And just like going here will be a time waster, or time taker, because you're gonna have to, you won't be able to clamber, and you'll need to like put a vehicle here and use it as a stool, or you'll need to use a grapple shot or a repulsor. Something went wrong with the placement of these objects, because one of them is too tall. That one is off the ground, and I don't know why. And it would have applied to this one as well, probably? No, that is strange. Very strange. Huh. Maybe it's just the terrain, actually. This probably isn't an actual flat plane, it just looks like a flat plane, this sand. I bet if it actually was a flat plane, it would look a lot worse. At a glance, you'd notice that it was flat, you know what I mean? But you don't, because it's probably because it's not actually flat. It's probably a little bit perceptibly, like hardly perceptibly off. I know that, I figure that because Myers is very different. It's very non-flat. Anyway, the point is, once you're up here, there will be a power weapon here. Do I still have... Yeah, I still have one of the hexes here. Apparently I didn't delete that hex. But anyway, there will be a power weapon in here to grab, or power item, like overshields or something. And this will be a great place to get a sniper rifle and try to like dominate from here, through here, like through the fins. And while this building isn't here, you'll have a straight shot at the enemy base. So you're gonna really want to unlock this building to rise out of the ground. So that's gonna be cool. This thing, I think I'm gonna need to prefab this building like I did a second ago to make it, and then place it as a prefab over here, because like I was saying, if you just copy, and you have dynamic objects, it messes up, and this is nothing but dynamic objects. I also need to make the roof, like finish what's gonna be on the roof for the cover, because now that I have that there, I know what this one's going to be competing with once you're on the roof, and there's not really a way up here, except for by repulsor and grapple shot, but people will go up here. It's going to be like the roof in, I forget what it's called. OCOM is making it right now. I forget what that, man, phone call. Definitely going to silence that. I will call them back later. So, basically, yeah, I hope that snapped correctly. Anyway, going up here will be, it's that Halo Reach mission, or map, that's used for invasion and things like that. And, yeah, a whole bunch of stuff. And I think that one was, I forget what it's called. What's the map that OCOM is making? If you're in chat and you know, let me go look it up. Okay. OCOM, let's see. Where's OCOM's? There it is. Halo Tech. Okay. Rock Ridge map? What? No, that's not it. That's not current. Where is it? Forge, I think. Hashtag Forge. Here we go. Breakpoint. Breakpoint from Halo Reach. He's making this map. Okay, let me bring it over here. He's got this map going on, which is really exciting. And I can actually point it out to you now. So the top of this building and the top of that building, you can only get to them with with flying vehicles or with the jetpack. Similarly, you're going to need the repulsor or the grapple shot to get to the roof of this building in my map. So that's a good example of where that's going. These fins, like I said, will also require something like that, or a clever positioning of a vehicle like a Warthog. But yeah, I suppose actually, you know what you could do? I just realized. This fin is close enough to hop over. So as long as you get up there, you will have a route onto the roof. And then you can use this roof as a sniper point, counter their sniper, which will be there, and over there. And actually, let me put a rangefinder over there. This thing is just called S1. I don't think that's what I named it. I prefabbed this, and it's called something like rangefinder or whatever. Okay, it's not wanting to touch the ground here, so I'll just leave it floating. Yeah. Okay, so this one's sniper range, like good sniper range is here. So then whenever this building is going to be like right there, it's going to be that building over there, one of those right here, that means that it'll be just outside your like really good sniper range. You'd be here, as you can see, that's very far away, and you'll be counter sniping. This person will be trying to dominate mid and defend against people grabbing those fusion coils and that one, but not able to really defend against anyone grabbing those fusion coils, even though they'll have like a straight shot. They'll be so far away. And then while they're doing that, someone can hop up on the roof and be like, suddenly, bam, get them from this angle. Maybe they're guarding that, and so they don't even see them, and then shot from the side. Or they're just zoomed in, you know, and don't see it. So there's going to be lots of interplay here of sight lines, and I can envision the heat map, so to speak. I don't think this is going to be used a lot, but whenever it is used, it's going to be like a game changer in the middle of the map that suddenly like ends someone's sniper dominance. Let's see. Otherwise, you can see like where the people, you can kind of feel out where people are going to be fighting here. There's going to be a whole lot of fights happening right here because people are going to use this ramp to come around here, and then they're going to be coming up that ramp, and they're going to want to use their height advantage to combat this person. So they could be evenly matched, or if they don't quite catch them coming up yet, they're suddenly at a disadvantage, and the person up here it's going to be like, you know, chucking grenades at them. By the way, there is glass here, but that little hole there can let a grenade through. So it's a little bit like lockout in that regard. So you're going to be able to, there's a little bit of play here to do with these, with this window panel. Anyway, so that's kind of a lot of fun stuff, just showing it off real quick, and I've got to start on the next part, because honestly this middle, it's not quite done, because I need to set up the grav lifts, and make this bottom area more, grav lifts are going to be hard, because I have to figure out a way to keep people from getting too close to this hex, so I probably have to put another hex around this, down to a certain distance, like a hollow one. And I need to put... Did the music just stop, or is it just between songs? Yeah, it's just between songs. I'm just going to skip to the next one. Okay. Mjolnir mix. So good. Anyway, one of these hollow tubes around it, hollow hex around it, would make it a larger hex that's underneath that I can probably even, like, maybe connect to the bottom of this platform. And then put something like I don't know, energy field, which won't stop. The energy field won't stop the fusion coils from going through it. So I can put like energy fields around it, like you can't go into it. Maybe not come all the way up. I don't know. But the point is that if I close up that hex with energy fields, then and then player blockers, then we can get it going to a good or team blockers rather. Then we can make a pretty decent setup that will block people from touching the grav lifts from the side, outside of it like this, and getting launched up like that, because that's not the goal. That's not the plan. And then I need to set up the sand down here, because this is all just flat, and like this thing's not supported by anything. And yeah. But I do want to drive a warthog through down here and get a feel for where I kind of want these. What would be the coolest kind of dunes? So this gap should be just about right for a warthog or a ghost, but not quite wide enough for a tank. So the mid is going to be a good quick route through. If enemy has tanks, you can sort of hide from them by going through mid. This may have been too wide though, because this might be just wide enough for a tank. I don't know, I'll have to find out. A wraith might be able to get through there. But anyway, I didn't plan for that. That wasn't the plan. So let me see about that. Let me go place a wraith, because that would be undesirable gameplay. Originally, before I had to replace them, it was good. And now vehicles. There it is. There's the Scorpion. We're gonna test the Scorpion, and also gotta love that upside down tread. You know, there's always a Scorpion that spawns there. I could have just grabbed that one, I suppose. But I also need a wraith. Let's put one there. These are all my test vehicles. Okay. We'll try Scorpion first. I think the Scorpion and the Wraith are the same width in Infinite, but I could be wrong. And it was really smart of them to do that, because that means that you can always plan your map around whether or not it's the right width for them. Let's see if this goes through. Oh boy. Oh good. Wow, look at that. Not only will it not let you through exactly, but you get yourself stuck for a second and you become a nice prime target. Okay, that's cool. I like that. Let's try the Wraith now. Oh man, I should have done the Wraith first, because I could boost to get back to the Scorpion. And then I wouldn't have to, and I could just get out of the Scorpion. That would have been some optimization right there. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely way wider than the Scorpion. So the Scorpion is the wider one, and it's mainly in the back wheels that's wider. I actually like that they did that, because that kind of makes it, like I said, like you can get jammed in places without intending to. Not in a way that's like the game got bugged out jammed, but just slightly jammed, you know? Anyway, if I then put slopes that make it look all like, you know, like it'll tilt your Wraith up and down and stuff like that. Like, here, I'm going up this ramp over here. You gotta put some like uneven terrain, so it starts like tilting your Wraith up and down to where your like line is all messed up. Or rather your sight lines are all messed up, you can't really tell if you're looking in the right direction, then that would work out really well down here. What I might even do is simply grab one of these. Yeah, I'm hitting too many vehicles that way. There we go. And move it down there. I can't hit that fusion coil. It's a normal object, so it's probably going to stop me. Yeah. And then I want it to be lowest in the middle, like a crater. So I might end up actually doing it more like this, or even positioning it sort of like this. I want you to go around to get up that, so I may have to end up raising that up if these bumpy, because I'll be raising the ground up entirely by putting these down. So these might need to be a little higher, so they're a little. I don't want that little jump. I want you to have to clamber to get up onto it. So basically, oh, and that's way too high. Okay, never mind. This is just way too high so far. But like I was saying, I am planning to raise all of these up a bit because they line up well. Actually, they line up pretty well how they are with this platform. Okay, I think this is showing that this one is somehow higher than the rest. I bet if I put a cube across the top of them, oh, check out Unique's Beaver Creek now. Okay, yeah, I will do that. Let's see, the bottom of this one goes with that line. I'm going to get out and go do that because I want to go see that. Yeah, and this one, it does not line up here. Okay, so somehow this one did get raised up a little bit. I'm not going to worry about getting it perfect. I'm just going to grab it and bring it down to line up roughly with the lip. Okay, so what we want here is that lip to be seen there. I think if I do this, then I'll be able to see the manipulator object. Yeah, okay, I only have it selected. Oh, yeah, it's down there. Interesting. Which way is up? X. The red one. For some reason. And magnets are off. Okay. Oop, I can't go down anymore because my screen is not low enough. Actually, that's kind of the right spot anyway. Okay, there we go. So now this should be the right height. Okay, so this terrain is way too tall. I'd have to bring it down a lot, which is fine because I was thinking about doing that anyway. Bring it up off the ground and then flatten it out a lot. And then have it sort of meet in the middle. Then if I duplicate that a few times and put them around the outside of it. Well, actually, I want to do one side first, and then I want to copy it across the mid. Kind of want to use this slope here to make it look like it's mounding up that direction. So I think I want to rotate it a bit. Yeah, there we go. That's what I want. So now it looks like it's mounding up toward that direction. It's giving some cool transition at the slope here, a little bit better than it was before. Even better than it was before, which it was pretty good before. But it's giving us some more uniqueness. I am going to check out Unique's Beaver Creek map very shortly. I'm just finishing this part up. Now I need to put some... Oh, those are dynamic objects, so it's going to be a little bit iffy there. But now, yeah, bring me over here. And now to let me go inside of those, it just wouldn't let me duplicate into it. Oh, the grav lift. It's probably not letting me get inside the grav lift that's inside there. Or something. This side's going to be even more subtle because I want it to be really specific. And I want the highest point to be right here in this corner of the building. Like I had said earlier. So the highest point will be right. Is there another highest point? Because I know this thing has like 2 points. Like 2 kind of peaks on it. Like that. Double peak. Anyway. Almost there. The problem is that it's too wide, I think. Why is it not letting me scale down? It is not letting me scale, for some reason. I don't know why it's not letting me scale. if I could tilt it just a bit. Oh, not 15 degrees though. Like 1 degree. Then it'll let me underneath something over there, whatever it's hitting. Just below the platform. Ooh, that's awful. There we go. That should be right. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. Just at the corner, like I said. Smooth out that corner. Give some rough terrain over here. I feel like it needs to be there, so that we don't see that lip. Yeah. Give some uneven terrain around this staircase and stuff. Very nice. And like I said, right at that lip, right there in the corner. So you can go right through here by running without having to jump over the corner of that building. I feel like I need to put something here to make that a little bit more in the ground, or grounded, and it doesn't seem to poke through here. Okay, so that's a good start. I'm going to copy that across the mid later, but first, let's go look at Unique's map. What is this? What's going on here? Which map is this? Or which object is that? It's that one. Oh. Huh. Okay. There we go. Now it's a good height. Let's go check the corner. No, not quite. Okay, now I need to scale it up. Sorry, this is just going to take an extra second. Just got to bring it up until it touches. Oh, jeez. Come on. Just like that. So going over this, it's perfectly smooth. Yeah. Okay, now we're good. Let's go check. Make sure machinima controls are on, because I don't know if you can even load it in Forge. Oh, okay, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, and I'll just fly around and we'll take a look at it. How pretty it is. Let me see if this is still clamor. No, you don't have to clamor anymore, so I definitely do have to raise this platform up. I mean, you can clamor. You do have to clamor a little bit, but I know you don't have to clamor back here, so I definitely need to raise that platform up a bit. Okay, anyway. Let us go check that out. Who wants to come see this? Okay. Custom game. Well, not mode map. Let's find it. That one's been recommended, I believe, right? Or should I just search for it? It's called Beaver Creek, right? It's not. He didn't name it something else, did he? And it should have unique in the name. Tell me if I pass it over. Unique lockout. Let's see. Salvation. There's my waterworks. Unique amplified. That's surprising. All his other, he gets so many of them. You know, recommended that I'm surprised Beaver Creek did not get recommended. Or it did and has been pulled out of the recommended list. Do they have a maximum? Do they eventually like phase out things that have been in the recommended list for a while? If you had it bookmarked originally, then it'll just have updated. I think I did have it bookmarked, but I may not have. I might have just gone in. I'm not super reliable on bookmarking all of the ones I played on that I liked. Let's see, Sidewinder. Yeah. Oh, wait, High Ground. I have his High Ground. But I don't have. Yeah, I didn't bookmark all of his. Because of the way that, like, whenever you get out, and sometimes it was bugging out and unselecting the map and stuff like that, it was weird. Anyway, I'm just gonna go to popular, and I'm gonna search. Where's search? Edit filters. I'm gonna assume that if I go into keywords and put unique, that's right? That's how he spells it. Yeah, there we go. Guardian, Amplified Beaver Creek, there it is. Now I am absolutely going to go in and bookmark it this time. Collaborators, report, no. I don't need to report your map, definitely not. And actually, I already played on it once. I know it's already 5-star and you just improved it, so I'm definitely going to rate it a 5-star. And I will go custom game. And sure, we're just going to leave it open. We're going to leave the lobby open. Observers on. Max size 24 players. Server Xbox Live. And mode editor. We'll just do regular Arena Slayer. Which is what? Like, has a maximum player base, right? It's never been recommended. Report it for sexual content. Oh, yeah. There you go. Wait. I didn't turn on machinima controls. Ah! Foolish fool. Went with the game mode editor for just a second. Because it's so sexy, right? That's why we reported for sexual content. I understand. Okay, so I guess I'll look around like I'm a player first, then I'll quit and go and turn on the machinima controls. An explosion. Is that because this map is just that explosive? Okay, in the base. Oh, cool.
Give points. Points give victory.
Yeah, this is probably, like, a lot of this I'm going to have already seen, but I just, like, it just reminds me of how cool it is. Yeah, anyway. By the way, how did y'all do this? Like, what is that? Because it's a really cool, like, ground texture. Trying to think of what it could be specifically. Anyway, I'm getting distracted by little things. The best way to view the map, blind yourself. Okay, here we go. I want to see this from below, like your player first. This is really cool. Something about the hex columns and the way they interact with the terrain has always... Oh, that's why the explosion went off. It's a drop pod. Okay, that makes sense. I guess that's so that you kind of... It announces whenever the rocket launcher respawns a bit. So, something about the way the hex columns interact with the terrain has always reminded me a little bit of Metroid Prime more than a Halo feel. Like, but that's not a problem because I really like Metroid Prime.
Overshield.
Just like the music from Halo 4 is always just a little bit... Metroid Prime to me. Oh man, that looks great. And you say those are flat trees, right? I'm gonna have to fly up there and see those whenever we turn on machinima controls. Man. I like that. That, like, you've got that little area between there that you even decorated out to make it like, yeah, no, there's a lot more to this world than you can see. Do you have repulsor on this map? Or grapple shot? So I can try and get as high as I can naturally just to see what it looks like it's
Overshield
natural.
inbound.
Oh, this is interesting use of this piece. There's like a wall. That's kind of cool. Okay. Unique forgot to update cameras. Oh yeah, that one that was just sitting there by the explosion? Yeah. Oh, this is a slope. This is like the ramp... ramp cover, or whatever they call it. And then he put the texture on the inside as like dirt. That's really interesting. Okay, let me know if you know where there's a grapple shot. I don't know what's on here, unique. Setup equipment. Okay. Let's see. I'm sure the equipment is compared to the... Oh, you know what you should do with the extra budget? You should make the buildings back here that are in, like, the Halo... Reach version? Which one is it? Which version is it that has like the buildings back here? You said you got like you created like 12% extra budget. That is more than enough to add the buildings back there, so the teleporters are in there. Not to like the main version. It looks so much like the SMG from a distance, and I'm in Beaver Creek, so it literally registered as that to me for a second. Let's see. All I did was foliage, swamp, revamp background, revamp the base foliage. And river revamp. Cool. Can you drop through that? If I walk on that, will I fall in? I think so. Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's cool looking. I didn't notice that. Okay. Anyway, I want to see this river revamp. That looks really good. Oh man, that's a clever way to make the river feel. Oh, do you use glass? So way it's not. Am I falling into it? I can't tell because my feet don't exist because I'm on 90 degree. Did you use glass or see? You haven't seen the rings yet. I saw one from a distance, but not really. But you're right. I haven't really seen more than. Let's see. I saw that one. I saw those from a distance, but I hadn't really looked at them through the trees and seen how cool they are. Nice. You know, if I go up there, I can hold down the X button, right? Y'all scripted that, right? So if I hold down the X button, it'll burst with energy. You know, like an out-of-bounds area that if a player somehow, like Ocom, somehow finds a way. Man, the way that that river goes in there is exactly right. They look like it's like you copied and pasted the geometry from the original. I think that's amazing. I was joking about that, but oh yeah, no, so in the campaign, you know, you hold down X and it has like the energy, the light happens, and then like, you know, Cortana, you know, not Cortana, the weapon goes and says, you know, her thing, she reads out some dialogue. You should script it so that if you go up there and you do that, it'll like have an FX will appear, just a little simple script that makes the effects, if you hold down the X button as a switch up there, it'll do that. Just as an Easter egg, so if any players manage to find a way out of this map somehow, I'm sure you have all the barriers you need, but Ocom is ridiculous with that. He gets out of dev-made maps and, you know, dev-made forge maps and stuff like that. So, it'd be great to see him, like, get a grapple shot and make his way up there on, like, Fiesta or something. And then find out there's a secret, hold down the X button and, you know, make a little light burst. I think that'd be hilarious. I know this is silly nonsense. I don't see anything for... I don't see any grapple shot. Okay, well, if you want to turn on machinima controls, that'd be good. Yeah, no, I agree. You're like, yeah, William. Okay, shut up. Get to the machinima controls. Yeah, let me get out and go back in. I want to fly around and see what you made. I need to fix that. You're like, okay, William, shut the fuck up. Let's see, mode editor. Match, I think it's in match at the very bottom. Machinima controls on. Play. No one joined the match. Huh. I'm on the custom game browser. Come on, people. I don't mean you guys in chat, I just mean people in general in custom game browser. In midday, when people are at work. Across the United States. I'm surprised no one joined. No, well, yeah, this is all. I mean, I think that it's because they introduced the region priority thing. I don't know if the region priority thing applies to whether or not you see people's matches in the custom game browser. I wouldn't be surprised if it does. But yeah, you're right. He does need to update this camera because this is okay. But it's like it doesn't do the map justice at all.
Fatalities give points.
Okay. Let's activate
victory.
this. So if I'm not mistaken, it's X and down, or is it X and up? X and down on the D-pad, or X and up on the D-pad? It must be X and up because that's right. It usually pings whenever you do it, so I think it is X and up. There we go. Okay. This is like, it's funny that this is like monitor controls from Halo Reach. Man. It's still beautiful even at this range. So this is where I'd probably hit, I bet I'd hit an invisible ceiling right around here if I was using grapple shot. So this is like probably, let me know if this is true. Is this maximum view range angle of the game? Is like right at the top of these cliffs? If I had a grapple shot or repulsor, this is the highest I could possibly get. That's my guess. So you let me know in chat, and I will, whenever it catches up. But I want to see these. Oh man, that is brilliant. Billboards. Billboarded trees. I love it. Looks great. feel like this music is also perfect for this. I love the little islands of rock. I feel like I want them to see a rock at this distance, a mountain at this distance, or a bit of mountain at that distance, and you didn't mess around. And you just gave it exactly where you needed it. That's perfect. And all these all the way up here. The little tiny subtle hexes right at the very top there. That'd be visible from the angle, like just barely poking up. That's perfect. Those are the hexes from the map itself, right? Yeah, you didn't put those down there. That would be useless. These are cool. Man, this is all awesome. Alright, I need to fly to the other side. I want to see all this. And I like that side to side that way, where you don't have to walk as far in the map. You only have that little tiny distance to be able to get a better vantage point. You just made the hexes right there go higher. Like, you allowed these hexes to be lower than the ones on the left and right, so that you can see farther. But then you put, and you immediately went up here so that you could show just mountaintop and make it feel like a tighter slope. Like you were saying, you were telling me in chat yesterday, day before yesterday, something like that. I think it was yesterday. So that it feels like an immediate ramp up from there for this steeper feeling mountain, even though technically I think that mountain is, I bet it's bigger, or at least the same size as that one back there. But it feels farther away and like less of like a more gradual slope because you made it a more gradual slope there. But it feels like it's like the large peak versus the smaller peak, even though, like I said, that one feels totally... Did you place these birds? Is that an object you can do? I keep on forgetting if they're birds. I think there are, right? You place these, right? These are really cool. And what I was saying was, I think it would be amazing if you put a switch hidden inside of here that whenever you activate it, it just goes boof with light. Yeah, about the birds. Not about, you're not saying yeah about what I just said. I think it'd be great if you made it to where if a player comes up here and holds down the X button, it bursts with light like the rings in the campaign. Just as a little tiny, like, no one's ever gonna find this, but when they do, the people who go through the trouble of getting outside the map will find it, and then they'll be like, oh my god, this map just went from a kick-ass, amazing, you know, Forge map to... People would immediately think of, like, it would become like a dev-made map in their minds. Like, you'd have, like, little 13-year-old players, right, who find a way to get through the clip through the geometry, which is how Unique does it. He finds cracks between the stones where the physics engine doesn't quite make it perfect. But whenever you use the grapple shot in a specific way and all this stuff, you can kind of push yourself, wedge yourself between rocks that are clearly you know, clipping into each other. Anyway, if he found a way out of that and he made his way up there. Because somehow debug was not perfect, it would just be amazing to have something up there. But if you're so confident that there's no way out, that you just don't even feel like doing that, then that's fine too. I just thought it'd be really cool. Because like I said, a 13-year-old who finally makes it outside the map, and then hops across these mountaintops would think of this map the same way we think back on Halo 2. Getting outside that you know, the campaign maps and stuff like that, and Halo 1 with Sidewinder, hopping outside Sidewinder. I pressed back by accident, and it seemed like I lost control. Yeah, I did. If you tap back, you lose control of the camera, and you have to tap it again. Even though I've got it to hold down to see the score, it removes your ability to move if you just tap it. That's kind of weird for the camera. Didn't expect that. Anyway, I want to see, because I'm a forger and I want to see this. I want to see what it looks like underneath the map. I want to see what all of that nonsense looks like once clipped through. All of the like important geometry looks like once clipped through the terrain and the environment, because it gives you insight as to what everything's made of and stuff like that. And I like to do that. I did that before Forge was even launched. I used the camera to go outside of the maps in the Machinima camera to go outside the maps for like Behemoth and stuff like that, and created some photo galleries, like some what do you call it? Imgur photo gallery things. Did you see the halo ring? Wait, like the main halo ring, or did you mean these? Because I did see these. Is this what you mean, or did you mean? Because you don't mean the skybox, right? I wish it was lengthways, but can't do anything about that now. Oh, yeah. You wish the whole map basically was rotated to where the ring was over there. That would be kind of cool. I think it is really good, though, to have, like, the way it's stretched out this way. I'm sure that this is probably more... Thank you, Sticer. Thank you, Jeff. I bet that Unique probably angled this so that it was like the original game, like the original Beaver Creek was, I think, rotated this direction. And I actually used that to explain how this rock formed, which doesn't make any sense. I was explaining that to somebody once, how this would have formed, or could have formed. But yeah. Anyway, that's awesome. Do you want to know how this rock could have formed, realistically? Well, in theory. It was the bot that positioned it. Oh, okay. I thought the ring does go this direction, though. Does it go this way? Because I'm pretty sure it goes this way. Let me know if that's wrong, if I'm wrong. But, yeah. Because, like I said, I'm pretty sure I used that to explain how this goes. How this formed. I don't know. Well, okay, let's assume it goes that way in the original, roughly. Maybe a little off in a different direction, but basically roughly that direction. Because I'm pretty sure that was what my basis for my explanation for how this would work, my scientific explanation for how this would work. So you got this river going through here, right? If the ring at some point had to rotate faster, or instead of not rotate faster, but had to, but whenever like it fired, if there was a gravitational shift, or if there was like other ships, or it flew to a planet, closer to a planet, or something like that, that just changed the gravity on the ring a bit, then the rotation could theoretically push water up this. On CE, it's lengthways. Okay, so it is that way. So then never mind about this scientific explanation, but basically the water would could come out of that river and rise up a rock here, and just slowly, like a stalactite, slowly form this stone off at an angle, just slowly building it over time. So if let's say for 10,000 years of the 100,000 years between the Forerunner and modern day, the ring was close enough to a planet or the moon or something, the moon of the planet it's orbiting or whatever, that it threw off its gravity, and it was enough that this, that this slowly formed. And it, not like necessarily 10,000 years all at once, but like maybe every 10,000 years, there's 1,000 years where it does this. And it just slowly over the course of a long period of time was building this stone. And this one was just a rock that fell off the cliff and embedded itself there, just like these are. But what it did was it ended up melding into that and dripping down into it, and it became a support column that holds up the whole structure until eventually it was, a full-blown arc like this, like arch. We can't, this doesn't make any sense otherwise, unless maybe it broke off of up there and fell and landed there and just happened to be arch-shaped, which is very unlikely. But that's another thing, though, is that it could be part of a larger version of one of these halo rings. And that's another explanation. But yours fixes it. If it's lengthwise in the original, Unique's having it like this makes this a plausible scientific explanation, that the gravitational force not being pulling down, but instead becoming sideways movement because the ring is shifting, or because there's a gravitational body over there that's shifting the gravity this direction so that it starts flowing up onto the rock and stuff like that, because now onto the rock is down. Then it slowly could build up a rock like this. Now, most likely it would probably be a fin-shaped, but the river is going through the middle, so it would slowly erode the bottom of the rock and make that sort of collapse out, you see? So we would probably see little chunks of rock here if this is the case, unless they eroded so much that they eventually became little tiny pebbles and flowed down river, in which case they would be right around here. be pushed downriver a little bit over time and eroded and turned into a little rock right around here, where you could position yourself a little shotgun. So yeah, I like this. I like this angle more. It would have been cool to have it coming up out of that peak and having the sun next to it and stuff like that, sure, but I do like this. Oh, what if you use that 12% to just put a banished ship in the distance? Like one banished ship way over there, really cheap, very few objects, just hovering in the distance. Then you wouldn't need the ring because you'd have something interesting there. Oh, we went into overtime because I wasn't fighting anyone. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, this is amazing. And also, we got to talk about science. And, well, I got to talk about science, and you got to bear through it because you clearly weren't that interested. You didn't say anything. I can't do anything on this anymore as I was removed as collaborator. Aww. He just added you to do the overhaul and then was like, alright, cool, thanks, bye. Like that. Makes sense. If you suggest it to him, maybe he'll add you back in and be like, look, I just want to add a banished ship in the distance, you know? Maybe he'd do that, but I don't know. That's up to you guys. It's really cool, though. I like it a lot. Little Noble 6 there. Nearly killed by a drop pod. Oh, someone jumped in. Oh, look at that. A player. Who's this? Can he see me? I don't think so. He can obviously see me down there. Who is this? Someone unknown. Where'd he go? You go this way or this way? He's just admiring the map, it looks like. And this is why you set your game to invite only. No, I don't mind him being here. It looks like he's just admiring your map. And everything you did. This is really awesome. You know what I could do, though? What I should do is,
1 minute remaining.
Blinded. He's gonna blow us both up. Yep. Alright, so... Oh man, you know it'd be a great game mode? Hide and go seek. Where it is blinded. Like, the people who are running away, who are trying to hide, would get these. Is it gonna go into double overtime? Since there's no score yet. What I should do next time is, can you change, how do you become an observer?
10 seconds.
I don't know how to, it allows you to change teams, but it doesn't allow you to change teams to an observer. Restart match settings, leave game, yeah. Tie. Alright, match is over. Very cool. Very nice map. Very awesome. If they could let you switch to Observer, then you could start matches and then switch to Observer and let other players join. But then they also have to make it auto-loop the match so that whenever that match is over, it starts the match over again. Because having to hit play again. Christian Down? Or Dawn? I think it's down. Make sure you leave the lobby. Yeah. I definitely, like if I go in here, do I have to go in here to do that? Yeah. Never mind. Yeah, he quit, so I think it's fine. Okay, Forge, so I can go back into my map. Latest version. But yes. I haven't done anything close to the same level of detail in my skyboxes, and because I was doing waterworks and my skybox was a cave. So, I mean, I guess the moon is as close to that detail as is possible with waterworks. You're still on open lobby. Oh shit, yeah, you're right. That's not good. How do I change that without having to... Yeah, no, I think I've gotta I think I've got to do that somewhere else. I think I got to quit out. That's what you mean by leave the lobby. I understand now. Can I do that? I don't think I can change that in Forge. I think I got to quit back out of the map, right? But yeah. Making it to where there was the moon, and then eventually making it to where the moon was pingable, I think was the equivalent of that amount of detail as is possible with the tiny little openings I had in the roof of Waterworks. Fireteam menu, that's what I thought, yeah. In menus, let's see. Options? No. Profile, invite friends, close. Where's the button for this? Like, options is just showing me this. Oh, privacy open, there we go. I'm gonna do friends only. That's usually how I leave it on. Or maybe invite only. That way no one can just like hop into my map and mess with it. Because I have a lot of friends that I do not know. Like a lot of them. That I just went, this guy played MCC well. It was good and also polite. Cool, I'm friending them. You know what I mean? Or we got into a teabag contest where both of us were just like equal skill. He was killing me, teabag, and I killed him, teabag, and back and forth until the end of the match. And I was like, all right, I'm friending this guy, one or the other. But yeah. Not a sponsor, just to be sure, just to be clear. I'm picking it up with the logo. Out. Just to be clear, that's not a sponsor. In the middle of the song, you're gonna pause my music right in the middle of the menagerie. My favorite theme ever. So I'm thinking about deleting this, by the way. This isn't really necessary, and it doesn't really make any sense to have a little light bridge piece here. It kind of looks cool from a distance. But it's also like, knowing what it is makes me feel like it's weird. Also, it kind of looks weird in the inside because of the way it has to clip into the terrain. Like, it has to be clipped into those to make it slope correctly. So either I scale it down, which I could to make it thinner, or yeah. I guess it kind of allows you to use it as a bit of weird cover here if people are down there shooting up at you. So maybe it's not so bad, but I don't know. It seems really weird to me. And I originally was going to put a light bridge as the ramp there, so yeah, it's not really necessary anymore. But yeah, okay, so we were going to do, we're in the middle of making the under area. Excuse me. Just gonna go ahead and excuse me again. Need a way to rapidly muting my mic. So I don't know how to do that. I have to set something up like a OBS has you know, what do you call it? Oh wait, hold on. How am I even gonna do this? Jeez, I don't even know how I'm gonna do this. Where I've got that object in the middle. I definitely can't use some of these. But I've got to copy these in a way that it will let me, which is probably this direction. Okay, yeah, so I just need to copy these. And then I need to select that hex, which now I've got 2 of them in there, so I'm going to delete 3 of them in a minute. And then I could duplicate it this way. Nope, could not. Not enough physical space. That's frustrating. Let me make this the final. Wait, what? Okay, somehow I deselected that. Okay, I need that middle piece, and that, and that. I don't know what I did. Oh, I must have selected it twice. Okay, now it should work. No. Let's start with this one, and then that one, and then this one. Nope. That. Alright, this should work. No. That's annoying. Okay. I need this thing to be, I need to go up. Will that work? Nope. Let's go this way. See if it'll let me over here. I think I'm gonna need to hide some pieces to do this. Because it's just like, no, you can't do that. Another option is that instead of using this middle hex, if I use this, because the opposite side is actually attached to that correctly. There we go. That'll work. And then we just need to go around to the opposite side and rotate 180 and snap it to that. There we go. Rotate 180. I should probably have held it down for longer. Oh, I can't because it's too close. But it's not going to be the end of the world because there's actually only 3 objects selected. Okay. Let's go over here. And snap. And delete that extra one. Delete that extra hex that we made earlier. And that should give us our terrain. Hi. Let's see. So this is the lowest point on those, but I still think that's just too high for a wraith or a tank to get, or a scorpion to get through. So that's fine. But it makes this area in the middle not so flat and much more interesting. And now we need to add in. It also makes these all touch the ground, which they didn't before. They had a problem where that part, I think, was one of these. Yeah, I think this part wasn't touching the ground. That part was. Like that part was going in, but yeah. Anyway, so now we've got all of this terrain nice and uneven. We can put a little ramp here later, a small little staircase to make that work. But also we got to put something here anyway, so I might as well. Maybe I can make the sand just come up to that height, and make it kind of look like it's that tall here and all the way down this line. And then. Actually, I can duplicate this base and all of this stuff because it's all this is all static, not dynamic. Because this is all going to be here like it's the construction crew before the building appears, and then once the building is there, it's just going to be here because it's you unlocked it. So these little tools, drill, and angle grinder and stuff, are the construction crew, and then they're just part of Oni. This part is not, though. And actually, that's going to rise up out of the ground away from the the ground, so the platform, so I probably need to bring the platform out. I might even actually make a little, like, instead of a ramp right there, might make a little, like, balcony, or not balcony, a little porch, poking out, that's like the rest of this platform. That looks kind of like it's part of that. And then we're going to go ahead and go here, and we're going to duplicate. That should be everything that's static right now. And then we're going to rotate around. No, we're not. We're apparently not going to rotate around. We're going to move it out like this. We're going to stop because there's a lot more objects now. And then we're going to rotate. Good. And this time we're going to go right over the top of the object, the map, because that would be more efficient. Turn off snapping for a second so I can move my angle. You turn off snapping. You make this the final thing. So it uses it for the snap. And boom. There we go. So that's where that building is going to be. That's what it's going to look like at the beginning of the game. Then the building is going to rise up out of the ground. And it's going to be looking closer to this. Now, this is not final. This building is going to receive some tweaks. But that gives you... Ooh, I missed something. Iceland's republished. Oh, cool. Very nice. That's the, is that your... Iceland's was your, one of your, what do you call it? Canvases, right? I think so, right? Or am I mistaken? Let me know. Let's see. Let me know if I'm mistaken and horribly confused. But I believe it is. Yeah, I hate it. You hate that one? So basically you're finally putting your stuff back up because it was kind of, I think that, are you gonna like redo it, re-art it? Is that why you're republishing it and then you're gonna make a new version? Or are you just like, why keep it from people if you made it, you went through all the trouble of making it in the first place, why not just publish it? Is that which mentality are you in right now? Basically is what I'm wondering. But yeah. So it kind of looks like this would all open up. Once water's out in Season 4, yeah, I'll redo it. That's a good idea. Oh, are you gonna make like water with like the ice platforms be like you could actually fall into the icy waters and like make a hidden cave underground and like make that be able to like link back up to the upper area? Be so cool. I'm just throwing nonsense out. Actually, let's find out, by the way, let's find out what the closest to the edge is. Like if someone went over all the way over here, what would their range be? Yeah, that's crossing over pretty good into that area. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Anyway. So I could actually duplicate a lot of these static objects over to the other side too, and I think that the map would look a lot cooler if I did. Let's see, oh yeah, and like, I know I like to throw out ideas like crazy, and it probably annoys some creators whenever I do that, and I apologize if that annoys you, Aaron. I don't know, because I'm like, yeah, no, I mean, it's your map. I'm sitting here sitting here suggesting things. It's like, no, I wasn't gonna do that, asshole. Shut up. I'm still not gonna do it, and I don't think it's a good idea. Just shut up. Well, it's probably what goes through some people's minds. Something like that. But, yeah. Hopefully that's not the case with you. But yeah, let's see. I think, oh, you know what? I never actually found a new piece to go inside there, and it just looks like a green block. I need to figure that out, otherwise whenever I copy it. I was just about to start copying it over, and I was like, no, I should not do that. This is going to become part of the platform permanently now, so I don't know if we actually are going to rotate this, like I was talking about originally. I was thinking that we could rotate this, but I don't know. Let's see, Wish Unique didn't change the lighting on Beaver Creek. Oh, he changed it? I forgot what it was. Fog got removed as well. So you had planned your background stuff for there to be a totally different lighting setup? I can imagine that is frustrating. It sounds like, yeah. Oh, that's a dynamic object. I'm gonna have to copy, and it messes up its copy a lot. It's gonna be really hard. I'm gonna have to like custom place that on the other side. It's gonna be really tough. How'd that get twisted again? Ugh. I think it was a bug. Okay, I forgot to grab these little bits from this side. Yeah, it was all set up perfect and ready to go. And then he changed it. So you basically, he had you redo it, and then he changed it after that? Man. That is frustrating. Okay, I've got 26 objects here. Let's see. I think I'm going to prefab these separate from the rest. Yeah, looks like I've got everything except that piece, because I'm about to have to grab it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab this, I'm going to rotate it back to where it's supposed to be. Yeah, this part. Oh, I'm on 180. There we go. I think that's right. Yep, looks right to me. That, and then prefab. That is really frustrating though. Oh, I missed these supports. Gotta add those. Oop. But I mean, it looks great. I mean, I was really thinking it looked amazing. So like, that's frustrating that happened, but at the same time, it looks like it came out okay. Like I don't think it's a problem. at all. What happened to my concrete? Oh, right, I was going to move it underneath the... I think I had started doing that one day and then forgot to finish. I think this angled one I was scaling to the to make this all fit. So I will go in like this. Can you not do that? Can you literally pick any other object, like one that's closer to what you're doing? Guess not. Gotta love the magnets. And then like no magnet connection here. Is it trying to go over there or something? Like, what is it even trying to do? There we go. Da-da-dun. Ba-da-dun. Ba-da-dun. That's not what I want. Sorry. I don't know why I'm sneezing so much. There must be a lot of dust in here. Probably need to vacuum or something. I'm gonna place a bunch of stuff like that around once I get like a little bit more detail in here. But yeah, I'm gonna grab all this, make this all a prefab. Did he explain why he did it though? The lighting shift? Was he just not satisfied with it? And the fog and stuff. Oh, almost forgot about these. I don't know. Okay. That's kind of lame. He should have explained. Oh, okay, I see what happened. I selected, okay. Let me make sure I got these then correctly. Oh, weird. It's not poking through over here. But it is over here and on all the others. This one is not in the correct position, apparently. And this thing, I didn't replace that with the correct sized one. Because it looks weird where it's clipping through and stuff. I was experimenting with different scale, and then it just didn't look right. So I was going to go back to the original scale, but then apparently I never did. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Get this area. Okay. Oh yeah, I don't think I'm going to do these edges. I was originally doing those, but then I was like, I couldn't get them to line up correctly, and their textures were all like stretched in ovals, and then that. I might pick like a set size like this, and like sort of like copy it across if I have like a lot of budget later, but I seriously doubt I'm going to have that kind of budget. So I'm probably just going to use this texture here as the lip, and make it, that's why I decided to make it even like this along the edge, to make it cheaper. You know? Let's see. Oh, platform in the middle. Almost forgot that one. And I need to get these. Alright. All these platforms over here are non-final. Well, maybe this one. This one is. And I forgot about that thing. So... Well, not final necessarily here, but I think it is. But then and then of course I need to grab that. But all of the stone, I mean the concrete, as you can see, is not final. So I'm gonna copy that over later as well. I do need to fix this though. Before I copy over, I need to fix that and that. So I can prefab all of this. But I need to grab this. And go this way. Magnets are off. Good. It just needs to poke through enough to give the texture on the wall. Like there's an access panel there or something. And then this one needs to be, oh right, I'm gonna need one of these to copy over there. In fact, not that one. That was the exact wrong one to use. I think I should use this one. Oh, I never edited it. Good. Look at that. Convenient. There we go. That way I can do this. Oop, where is it? Oh, there it is. Go all... Oh, no. That's all I wanted to do. Just green, please. There we go. There we go. What do you think about calls to action to get people to subscribe, Aaron? How do you do that? I always feel awkward thinking about how I would do it. So I'm just wondering if there's a... I'm just wondering if I should just bite the bullet and do it, or if it's actually kind of a turn off. Because I know for me it feels like kind of a turn off. I foolishly forgot to see if you had just said I don't know before that, or if you just said I don't know just now. Yeah, I think you had already said it, but I don't know. Okay, this cube does not need to be here anymore. I can just delete it. Central point. Okay, I'm gonna put a block. Here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to go here. Like, for example, whenever you first started watching, you told me that you liked my channel because I was I seemed more authentic than most streamers who are like, hey, hey bros, or whatever. You didn't say, hey bros. I forget what it was specifically that you were saying, but it was like, yo, it's your boy, so-and-so. But I don't know if that would be, like, less or the same, amount of, authenticity to continue to do calls to action, because I don't feel comfortable doing them. You know what I mean? Is that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Okay, what I've got to do, right? Almost forgot how to do this. I've got to set this to... Okay, I'm going to make two prefabs. One of them is going to have this crane in it, and we're going to see if it places it correctly. We're going to add that to the prefab, and then we're going to save it. So I'm going to put... tank repair bay. Actually, I'm going to put UNSC. Going back to bed soon. Okay. UNSC, tank repair bay. Or I'll just put vehicle, but it's big, it's scaled to tank, so maybe I'll just do tank. Let's see. If I place that, let's find out if that horrible moving object that always repositions itself is going to actually position correctly. Whoa, it is. Let's see if it's positioned. Oh no. Moving it though. What the heck just happened? Not only did moving it break it, but moving it destroyed the dynamic object somehow? It must have moved really far away. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be a pain in the ass. Let's get mag... And then it just like... Oh, I see what just happened. That wasn't the one I wanted to delete. That one is. I just thought I had one selected. Okay. Shit. Did I save it before I did that? Fuck. It's gonna save whenever I quit. And yesterday, whenever I tried to go to an older map, it wouldn't do it. It wouldn't let me. Every single time I went to go to an older one, it would just, like, delete it. So that's really frustrating. Let's leave Forge and go back in. Let's see what happens. So it's going to create a new save file as I quit, which is apparently just the thing that it does now, which is annoying. It should have a quit without saving button if they're going to add that in as the default. And I do not want to do the latest version. I want to go in... What the heck? No. How did it get me into multiplayer? Okay, map. My files. There we go. Version history. Yesterday, whenever I did this, say it's 10. It's 1032. See, it still says 1033. And then it asked me if I want to go to the latest version. I want to say selected version. But then it was going in, and everything was still broken. Like it was the. Doesn't matter if you saved it or not, as versions don't work at all. Okay, so right now they're just versions just aren't working. So I'm gonna have to delete those other versions to get back to it, to the previous one I want to actually load in, which is what I had to do last time it was broken, like yesterday. Yesterday I just deleted the ones that were created in the process of me quitting the map, which over the course of me trying to get back into it, I ended up creating 3 of them, so I had to delete 3 maps. 3 versions. Even that doesn't work. It worked for me. I deleted the most recent versions, and it worked. But if it doesn't work, if I want to put that back in and put it in the right spot, I should be able to figure out a way to do it. It's just like, I wish you could just tell it to stop moving. But unfortunately you just can't. Okay, this is back to its normal position. Good. So its actual position was still here. Ah, does that mean that if I make the prefab... Okay, I know how to do this. Wait, it lost my prefab. All of these are not prefabbed anymore. What the fuck? I don't know when Unique's releasing a post about New Beaver Creek. Yeah, I think he should. Because it's definitely been thoroughly updated. It looks great. Wow, it didn't even save this. Okay, so my older version, I had not saved it. Did it? It must have loaded the one that I selected, and then the one that I selected just didn't have anything prefabbed. Does that mean it doesn't have anything fixed either? Fuck. Okay, let me load in the one that I did save. Let's see what that looks like. It's going to make a new one, of course. That's now this one, so now I have to go back to the previous version again. And see how that works. I think probably versions are not working 1028. Okay, now I understand. Versions are definitely not working correctly. I see what happened, actually. This was the one it was at when I got back into my map and started doing stuff after going to Beaver Creek. I saved off all these versions. It created this one whenever I quit to try and go back to this one. Whenever I told it to not do the current version, but to do the selected version was still this one because I had just gone back into the map at this version. So this version did not go in. It didn't go into on this version. So I need to delete these 2 and see what this version is like. So I need to go to delete and then delete. And now this one was the modern version, and I should be able to go in and say latest version, and this should get into the correct one. And if I messed anything else up, I can always go back to that, delete all the way back to that 1028 and prefab all of those objects. There was a problem with dedicated server. Okay, well I'm going to give you a second, Forge. I'm going to let you catch up, because I did go right into it immediately, and the number was still adjusting there, so that should work. Match found. Loading mode. There we go. It was still in the process of deleting those other versions and adjusting which was the modern version. Probably. Match starting 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. If he's... Yeah, I honestly, like I said, he might be waiting to make a video. Like, if you're saying that a video... I think you said a video was incoming. Was it in direct chat on, like, Discord? I think you told me that he's planning on making a video for it. If he's planning on making the video, then he's probably just going to wait until that video's done before he posts anything about it. Okay. No, it looks like we're all the way back in 1028 again. Or something. Or I hadn't saved it after doing that. Yeah, trailer. Yeah. So the ones I deleted were the only ones where these were prefabbed, which is annoying. And that change. Okay, hold on. I need to quit the entire game and come back in to make sure this is loading incorrectly. Because this does happen sometimes, where the latest version is all messed up. So, let's see. And restarting the game is usually what solves it, because you reconnect to the server. With a fresh server connection. So with the trailer, if he's, yeah, I guess it'll just, he won't post about it until he makes it, until the trailer's done, probably. Unique is way more active than me. I just gotta say that right now. Unique's like, that's probably why, what, he's got like 1,000 viewers or something like that? Or, well, he gets 100, over 100, like, in his live streams. And his videos, if he uploads them to YouTube, are probably then getting like 1,000 views or something like that. Compared to my, like, you know, upwards of 100 views total. But yeah. Let's see, thing is, you should release the map at the same time as the trailer. Yeah, I agree. I think, though, if the map is already there and ready to prefab, like the trailer, if the trailer is the first thing that people learn about it, they don't need to know that the map's been out a week. You know what I mean? Like, the map isn't... What's up? Play Master Chief? Okay, I can set you up for that. The one thing that you would lose is the fact that you're in the new map section. You might, especially if you get put into recommended. Once the map's in recommended, I feel like now, I'm not too worried about it for Waterworks. Once I make my trailer for Waterworks Modern, which I am still planning to do, even though it's been out for a while and everyone already knows about it, and I'm going to post that one to Reddit, and I'm going to post it to Twitter, to Twitter as well, just saying like I made a trailer for it. And I'll probably post it to the Halo community section on Twitter. That one community, jeez, he twirled his hair until it's all tangled in the back. Anyway, and then what I'll probably do, I heard you the first time, you want to play Master Chief, I will come out and set you up the Master Chief in just a minute. Please don't yell. I'm just going to load into this. 1035. Yeah, I didn't delete those at all. That's weird, it worked for me last time. Like, it legitimately worked for me last time. And it, because it was whenever I showed you in my Discord, whenever I sent those images where like everything got all messed up, the railing on the side of the platform and everything got all messed up, I deleted that version and went back a few versions. I deleted the 3 maps that time, and it brought me back to another version. That's so weird. Maybe I'm just going too fast. Maybe the server's not keeping up, and maybe I went slower last time, but... Or maybe it's just all messed up, and I just got lucky last time. And there's like a narrow window of when it will work, and I just happened to get into that. But... I know. You want to play Master Chief? I know, I just gotta check this. I might be going off... Nah, this isn't prefabbed either. Okay, well, I'm gonna prefab this, copy it over, and tomorrow whenever I make a... Oh, I never took a screenshot this morning. I'm using the screenshot from yesterday. How boring. Anyway, I'm gonna take a good screenshot with the map, like, looking mostly done. Like, I'm gonna copy this over, I'm gonna copy that over, I'm gonna have the platforms all copied over, and have this building... and then I can start making, like, arting that building and that building to make them really interesting. I might also start arting the terrain to make them interesting. Make these trees actually make more sense. And make it not just desert and rock, like this graystone, you know? Like this is all based on that, you know, the TI terrain, which I like a lot. But in some areas I'm thinking about making some like, you know, like dirt and some like water looking areas, some little like oasis areas. Where obviously I was going to do the microbiomes, but like I was thinking about making some like dirt-looking areas for the trees to grow out of, not just desert, but not just sand. But the sand would probably pile up around them, so I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, try it. I'll look into how they grow, because I know I don't fully understand that for desert stuff. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. I'll catch you later, Aaron. I know you were about to go to bed anyway, so. Good timing. And we had one other person viewing that has been lurking the whole time, so yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna copy them over, and I'm gonna go set up my son so he can play Master Chief, and we're gonna get that going.
Bye, Maya.
Yeah.
Bye, Maya.
Okay. Will do.
Bye.